Yo, what's going on you guys? My name is Zeppelin and welcome back to the channel. Now, this is a video that I'm quickly recording before the video you're about to watch that I'm going to be putting in front of every reaction from here on that I am doing on the Greta Van Fleet Battle at Garden's Gate album. The reason I'm doing this is because I was kind of struggling to sit down and finish the album. I've been finding myself kind of stressed for time lately, and on top of that having to do an intro and an outro onto all of them was just getting a bit tedious when I wanted to kind of sit and just listen to the songs piece by piece and give my reaction to them and then straight away move on to the next one without really having to worry about giving the typical intros and outros that you get from a YouTuber. So I decided that I would actually do them here. So this will be played in front of every video. So if you enjoy this video that you're about to watch, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe if you're interested in seeing more, and make sure to leave a comment down in the comments below telling me what you think of the reaction of the song and whether you agree with me or not. I want to hear all opinions, so make sure to leave them for me down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Peace. Greta Van Fleet Caravel. Let's get right into it. Okay, that's in your face. Well, this isn't what I was expecting. Funky vocals on this. Okay, first pause. Again, I actually don't have too much to say yet on this. I'm still developing my opinions on it. This pause is just trying to avoid copyright as best as I can. Now, what can I say to say that this is a constructive video and avoid copyright as best as I can? The intro hooked me in. The song is still sounding a bit generic. Like, well, it's sort of what these guys, it's like, that's when you buy the ticket, that's what you expect, right? I mean, there's sort of, this is something I'd love live way more than listening to in my own free time. I think because this genre, let's be honest, this genre is dead and buried in today's music. And one of the reasons because of that one of the reasons for that, should I say, it's because it's been done so much over the years. So that's even why listening to an album like this, the sound can begin to sound boring listening to an album because it's just been done so many times, even though I'm not living in an era where it was ever really around for me. Just through having songs from the likes of Led Zeppelin and other rock bands throughout the 60s and 70s, it's a sound that I know well. So, and when you know a sound well enough, this is why I can never understand how people can be constantly enamored by pop music, is because there's eventual patterns that just get found out, and unless you're absolutely obsessed with it, those patterns will eventually become boring, and those patterns are all over songs like this one. But if you were going to a live show of that, you're buying into that experience. for that one time, and it's something I think you'd enjoy way more. Something I definitely enjoy way more than sitting listening to this, like a studio version, in my free time. But that's just my opinions on it so far. My opinions and sort of the sound in general is kind of just, this sound gave me a good segue into talking about, you know, just the rock genre as a whole, and maybe why on sort of a studio home listen at least, newer stuff wouldn't stick with me as much. And I think a lot of other rock fans could agree on that. Maybe the ones who don't like Greta Van Fleet as much for those reasons. I think a lot of people who don't like Greta Van Fleet in the rock community are insanely biased. I think their opinions are quite wrong. I think they're just quite sheltered of the classic sound. You know, they want it protected, but there's valid criticisms in there too, and I think that's what I've touched upon there. But let's continue with it anyway. We're only going to do one more pause. I only really want to do 2 pauses of video. These 3 pauses, you probably get sick enough of hearing me as it is. We don't need 3 pauses. No, I like that part. Okay, I'm throwing a pause in there. This is the last pause I'm going to do. Don't worry. I do not have loads to say. I mean, I think by the reaction you can probably already tell that I'm leaning this being towards my least favorite on the album, but not my least favorite, because my biggest gripes with the lesser songs on this album is the genericness of it. And while there's genericness in this one, a lot of it, there are cool elements and positive things to take out from them. So yeah, it's I kind of already have a fair idea where this is going to land, but let's finish it out and see if it gives me anything else to either bump it up or take it even further down. The vocals are doing interesting things in this song. And I do like that part. I like that riff. interesting. Always leaving wanting more, as they say, and I had my gripes through that song, which you'll have heard if you haven't skipped straight to the end of the reaction, which I know some people do. That I've actually, the end of that song is quite interesting. I like the riff work. Throughout the song, the vocals were really cool. I just thought everything else that was going on was a bit generic. Oh, where to place it now? It's kind of thrown me off a little bit. It's... I've given songs I like way more an 8. I've given songs that I hate more. Hate's a strong word. Given songs that I dislike more a 7. So this definitely lies in the region of 7.5. Let's say 7.4. Because I think it's closer to what I dislike than being closer to what I really like. But yeah, it's not the worst on this album. It definitely has the problems that I have with albums like these and with Greta Van Fleet. Like, the things that I dislike are Greta Van Fleet problems, not just problems in general. It's evident of them. But in saying that, there are things in there that I liked, and as I said, the vocals, like the vocal work that he always does, is very, very good. But in this song in particular, I think it saves it from being way worse. So that's really all I have to say on it. Outro Zeppelin, take it away. Wow, well I hope you enjoyed that reaction. Remember, if you did, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to leave a comment down in the comment sections below. I really hope you enjoyed. This is the outro I'll be using for the rest of these videos, similarly to the intro, just to make sure that I can power through and get these reactions done as quickly as possible and get these videos out for you, because I know I have been terrible on getting this series out, and a lot of people have shown interest in it, which I am very thankful and supportive of. So I want to do you guys justice and make sure to get this out. So I hope to see you in the next one, unless this is the last one, in which case thank you very much for listening and being a part of it, and I hope to see you in the next set of reactions that I do in the future, or for any more reactions to stuff that Greta Van Fleet releases in the future. Take it easy, guys. Peace.